So what you're about to watch is single-handedly one of the greatest before and afters that a player has ever gone through. Seriously, watch the changes that this player has gone through in their golf swing. We've been working together for about a year. He's gone from a 14 handicap down to a 7. Used to shoot really high 80s and into the 90s, and he's now shooting in the 70s to low 80s. It is literally one of the greatest changes that I've ever helped a player with. So stick around, watch this entire analysis. Right. So I want to show you some changes here that we've made with this player. Now, excuse the video quality. Obviously, a year ago when this player sent me through their videos, they did it in landscape, as you can see here, whereas now I get them to do it in portrait, and the quality was just a little bit better as well. So ignore the quality of the video. You can still see exactly what we need. So the changes we've made in this player, I mean, if I just play these swings through and we get the left video playing, right? Let me just play this through. So there's a massive pull to the left. That was his common tendency. So you could see the movements he was making versus, let's go through this new swing over here on the right. So that looks pretty good, right? Let's play it one more time because that was obviously a little bit quicker than the other one. So that looks a hell of a lot better than what it was, say, a year ago. So what are the changes we made? Well, the first thing we made is you can see the upright posture here on the left. Okay, so you're going to see that that posture is very, very upright. So we're standing up a little bit too tall versus now we're actually positioned over the golf ball a little bit more. We've got a little bit more forward bend at setup. Okay, now if we move into, let's say, the takeaway, we can see this player, and I'm going to put a couple of lines on this player's head here, right? We can see that if I put a line on the top of his head, might even put one just on the forehead as well, we can see that this player really moves down and forward towards the golf ball. Okay, this is a movement that really gets that club to whip inside quite a lot. So whenever I see a player going kind of like down and forward, that the arms kind of tend to whip inside, and we get that club face a little bit stuck inside. So I mean, even I could even put a plane line on that golf club here, and we can see that from a golf club perspective versus a hand perspective, we can see that golf club whips inside pretty quickly and gets under plane very, very quickly there. Okay, now compare that to where we are now. Again, if I put the same two lines on top of the head and on the forehead, we can see here that there's a lot less of that dipping underneath. Now you can see here that if I draw that line back on the club and the hands, there's a bug just went into my window. We can see there that takeaway is, I mean, it's pretty good, as you can see there, pretty damn good. So we're keeping our levels a lot better, hands are in, club is out, and we're not dipping down as much. So some really nice changes in the takeaway there for this player. Now if we move into the next part of the golf swing, okay, we can see again that player just dipping down an awful lot. Okay, so again from the start of his setup, and I might just put this line on the top of his head, but you can see by, P3 here, lead arm parallel, we've dropped a hell of a lot down, okay? Compare it to right now, a little bit of a drop there, still kind of the typical tendency, but we're in a much better place with the posture, okay? Start to notice as well, look at how much knee flex he's still retained on the left-hand side here. Okay, versus now, obviously he's got some baggy pants on, so there is a little bit of a bit of a skewed kind of look there, but there's definitely not as much flex being maintained in that, or retained, I should say, in that trail leg. Okay, now the big change we've made here is, let me take away these lines, is have a look at this backswing here. So the arms lift up a lot. It kind of lays the club off a lot. Now, Again, just really have a look at how he's moving the body here. I'm going to go back and forth here, and we can see the pressure actually coming off his trail heel. So if you pay attention to this right here, you're going to see that trail heel, there's no pressure in that trail heel whatsoever. Because of the amount of flex this player retains in his trail leg or in his right leg, you're going to see that the pressure moves into his toes. Now when the pressure moves into your toes, it's really hard to get this trail side to rotate around the corner. And this is going to produce an arm lift. So again, the player's working down, retaining a lot of flex to that trail leg, and then lifting the arms up as a result. Okay, so as opposed to what he's doing now, I mean, that backswing's really good. I mean, look at the position he's getting that club into now. Okay, so from a depth perspective, how far the arms are getting behind this player and where the butt of the golf club is, you're going to see here that, you know, that butt of the golf club's on the toe line versus now we've kind of got it almost on the ankle line there, which is a pretty good spot. Okay, club face is in a different spot as well. All right, you can see way less laid off, okay, versus a lot more down the line there. Okay, really nice movement. This is one of my favorite kind of changes with this player, is that top position. Now, because of all the body movements that this player's done, watch the downswing. This is crucial. This is really fun to see here. So watch this downswing. So because of how much he hasn't rotated in the backswing, we're going to see this massive over the top steepening movement here where the shaft just gets super vertical. And look at how much he's getting onto the toes. That right foot's coming off the ground. The hips are spinning out a lot. And that club has nowhere to go other than to exit hard left. Now, the only result we're going to get here is we're going to get a massive pull in this shot he did, or we're just going to slice that golf ball like crazy. Okay, so really not a fun motion for this player to have. Jumping all the way on his toes, really flipping it at impact. Okay, and then into the finish position. Look at how much pressure he's still got in his toes at the end of the golf swing. Okay, have a look at this. One of my favorite changes. Have a look at the difference here. Bosh! Look at that. That's so good. An amazing change. So there's some nice flexing of that lead wrist on the way down. So he gets to the top. Just has a nice little flex of that lead wrist. Shallows out the club, leaves it behind him, and now he's got so much more room to rotate. My God. Right? Have a look at the difference. Crazy. And now look at this. Boom, he can turn into impacts. We've got his trail foot working a little bit differently. We're still working on things. By no means is this perfect. But, I mean, you know, you're looking at this going, well, this is miles better. So the path's now more into out. He hits irons great. We're still working on a few driver tendencies, but he hits irons great now. Really good stuff into the finish. And you can see that ball taking off now with the start line. That's much more down the line. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Let me move this out of the way. So you can see the ball taking off right there. Okay. Very, very good change in golf swing. Okay. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'll take you through this one more time. Bosh. Beautiful. And then one more time on this one. Look how much down and up and across. Okay. So there's a fantastic change to this player, and it's been a journey from, I think we started September 2022. So it's now right now January 2024. So there's been a lot of time. He's been on a program with me that basically gives him unlimited coaching. So we've been able to go back and forth a lot of times. We've gone forward a couple of steps, we've gone back a couple of steps, but man, this is one of my most favorite changes. So I'm glad to share that with you. So hopefully you all enjoyed that. So that was a pretty cool analysis, right? If you're wanting help with your own game, Dog's going freaking nuts at the back there. If you're wanting some help with your own game, seriously, drop me a message. The links are in the description. By no means do you have to come and see me for coaching. I'm just showing you what I was able to do with a golfer who committed long term with me. So if you enjoyed that, give it a like, subscribe, comment, all the rest of the biz. All right, have a good day.